If you've passed the age of 60 and sometimes feel like your body isn't what it used to be, no longer full of energy, vitality, or flexibility, like when you were younger, then this story may change the way you see your body. Imagine two identical twins, the same age, the same profession, but when they step into the clinic, they present two completely different images. One is tired, anxious, with endless sleepless nights, while the other is still full of energy, confident and healthy like a young man. What makes the difference? Could it be just genetics, or is it something you've never heard of before? Let's explore a secret about prostate health that many people, even doctors, may never have shared. If you're feeling like your body is gradually becoming sluggish, I invite you to listen carefully to this story. Sometimes, taking care of a small part of your body can bring a huge change, helping you live healthy and full of energy for many more years. Don't miss out. Keep listening to discover something you've never thought of before. Robert and William, two 72-year-old brothers, are men well past middle age, with the same past, the same career, and the same family. But when they entered my clinic, it felt like I was seeing two completely different generations. Robert, the elder brother, walked in with heavy steps, slumped shoulders, a sad look in his eyes, and a body that seemed weary from the weight of age. He told me about his sleepless nights, waking up 4 times a night to urinate, and the feeling of planning his entire day just to find places where he could go to the restroom comfortably. "It feels like my body is betraying me," Robert said, his hands clenched tightly as if trying to hold on to his last bit of strength. On the other hand, William, Robert's younger brother, stepped in right after. Also a 72-year-old man, but when I looked at him, I saw something completely different. William stood tall, head held high, his eyes bright and full of confidence, walking with a firm step as if he were living in the body of a young, energetic man. His smile wasn't just a polite gesture, but a reflection of happiness, health, and a cheerful spirit. It was truly hard to believe that these were two men of the same age, born from the same family, who had gone through the same life's ups and downs. So, what made this striking difference between them, despite being brothers? Could it be genetics? Or was something else happening over the years that made one man healthy while the other felt like he was being overwhelmed? That's the question I couldn't help but ponder. But when I heard William's story, I began to realize something. William shared with me that throughout his life, he had always maintained a habit of self-care, not because he was forced or ashamed, but because he understood that it was an essential part of maintaining health. He didn't just take care of his physical health, but also paid attention to his sexual and mental health. This is the key factor that created the great difference between Robert and William. While Robert had stopped maintaining his self-care routine, William had realized that taking care of his body, including maintaining prostate health, wasn't something to be ashamed of or unnecessary. And more importantly, it not only helped him maintain his physical health but also allowed him to live a happier life, more confident, and always ready to face new challenges in life, even at the age of 72. The prostate, a small but incredibly important organ in men, can be thought of as a factory, producing delicate fluids that nourish and transport sperm. Not everyone pays attention to it, but in reality, the prostate is the key factor in many health issues, especially for men entering middle age and old age. Your prostate, like a factory with the job of producing and storing fluids, operates tirelessly, day after day, without interruption. However, the important thing is that the products it produces are not always transported properly. Imagine the prostate as a water pipe. If the flow isn't cleared, the water will gradually stagnate, start to smell unpleasant, and eventually block the normal flow. The prostate is the same. When its fluids aren't released in time, they begin to accumulate, leading to a condition doctors call prostate congestion. These accumulations, over time, can lead to bigger issues like prostatitis, making your body feel like it's being weighed down, That's why many older men feel like they're no longer the same. Insomnia, difficulty urinating, even pain or discomfort when trying to perform simple tasks like urinating. Especially when this congestion isn't resolved in time, it not only causes physical issues but also affects mental and emotional well-being. You'll begin to feel like your body is betraying you, unable to do what you once could. And this can also make you feel less confident, anxious about your capabilities, both in everyday life and in sexual health. This feeling, though unspoken, lingers in the mind of every man. However, the good news is that all these issues can be resolved if we understand and properly care for our prostate. So, how can you prevent prostate congestion? The answer is simpler than you think. A proper self-care routine. Regularly releasing prostate fluids doesn't always have to be through sexual intercourse, but can also be done by maintaining sexual health on your own, allowing the prostate to release properly, preventing fluid buildup. This not only helps the body feel more comfortable, but also helps minimize prostate issues, protecting your health in the long run. The benefits of releasing prostate fluids through ejaculation are not something many middle-aged and older men think about every day. But in reality, it profoundly impacts your health, especially when we talk about prostate health. Imagine the prostate as a small yet extremely important pump in the body. Every day, it produces a necessary amount of fluid for your sexual health. However, if this fluid isn't released properly, it will gradually accumulate, creating health issues, even causing blockages, infections, or more serious problems. You may wonder, why does ejaculation help solve these issues? The answer lies in the body's mechanism. Every time you ejaculate, your prostate is like being reset, helping the fluid in the prostate to be released and not build up over time. This helps reduce the risk of infections, minimize the accumulation of waste materials, and ultimately protect the health of the prostate. Moreover, ejaculation helps regulate hormone levels in the body, particularly DHT, dihydrotestosterone, a hormone that can lead to prostate enlargement if not regularly released. When DHT is regulated, symptoms like nocturia, difficulty urinating, or heaviness in the lower abdomen can significantly improve. Additionally, this is not only good for prostate health but also positively affects your quality of life. Many scientific studies have shown that people who maintain a healthy sexual habit, including regularly releasing prostate fluids, tend to have better moods, reduced stress and anxiety. This helps them live healthier, more energetic lives, and feel more confident in daily life. Energy levels also improve, and you feel like you can continue engaging in your favorite activities without feeling tired or lacking energy. So, if you're a man over 60, don't think that taking care of your prostate is a minor thing. It not only helps maintain your physical health, but also protects your confidence and mental health. Treat it as an important part of self-care, just like taking care of any other part of your body. Taking care of your prostate is nothing to be ashamed of or embarrassed by. It's a natural part of maintaining your health, and it deserves to be given the proper attention. William may not be a young man, but there is something very special about him that I noticed right from our first meeting. When I saw him, he didn't look like a 72-year-old man with a tired, worn-out body, but rather a man full of life, confident and energetic, like a young, healthy man in his 40s. I couldn't help but wonder what had helped him achieve such a clear difference compared to other men his age, who had started to feel themselves weakening over the years. William's story made me change my perspective on senior health, especially on self-care and the importance of sexual health in later years. William shared with me that he realized an important lesson after his wife went through menopause 15 years ago. Taking care of your body is not selfish, he said. It's necessary. This is a lesson he learned on his own, and it's an important lesson that I believe everyone, especially men of mature age, needs to understand. William didn't maintain his health routine for any reason other than a clear understanding that it was essential for his quality of life. It wasn't forced or out of fear, but he recognized that maintaining health, especially prostate and sexual health, was necessary for him to continue living happily, healthily, and energetically. William has maintained a lifelong habit of self-care, and he's never been ashamed of it. For him, it's part of life, just like eating well or exercising regularly. His health is not only reflected in his ability to walk fast, engage in sports, or do yard work, but also in his confidence, optimism, and joy in everyday life. He told me that when he maintained his self-care routine, not only did his prostate function well, but his emotional life with his wife became closer and happier. He no longer felt pressured or worried about aging health issues, but instead, he felt forever youthful, energetic, and always ready to face new challenges in life. William's story is not just about self-care, but a big lesson about not letting age steal your joy, confidence, and health. In fact, when he shared the changes in his life, I couldn't help but be impressed with how he viewed health. It wasn't anything big or complicated, but a proper, regular self-care routine. And most importantly, William helped me realize that taking care of health is not just about youth or old age, but an essential part of every man's journey, regardless of age. DHT, or dihydrotestosterone, is a hormone that deeply affects prostate health and male sexual health, especially as you enter your later years. For many men, when they hear about this hormone, they may only have a vague understanding. But in reality, DHT is the culprit behind many of the health issues that middle-aged and older men face. DHT is not an enemy, but if not properly regulated, it can become the main cause of pain, prostate issues, and even a decline in quality of life. DHT is a product of testosterone, the primary male hormone. When testosterone is converted into DHT, it stimulates the development of the prostate, causing it to grow normally during youth. However, as you age, if DHT levels remain high without being released, it will create serious problems. To easily understand, imagine DHT as the gas pedal of a car. If you keep the gas pedal pressed high without slowing down, the engine will begin to overheat, increasing the temperature and ultimately causing irreparable damage. Similarly, if DHT continues to stimulate the prostate without proper regulation, it can cause inflammation, blockages, and even prostate enlargement, leading to uncomfortable symptoms like nocturia, difficulty urinating, or a heavy feeling in the lower abdomen. What's important to understand is that maintaining proper DHT levels is key to keeping your body functioning normally. And one of the simplest and most effective ways to regulate DHT is through releasing prostate fluids. When you ejaculate, your body automatically releases some of the excess DHT, helping balance this hormone and alleviate the negative effects it may cause on the prostate. Every time you ejaculate, DHT levels drop, helping improve blood circulation, reduce inflammation, and restore hormonal balance, thereby minimizing sexual health issues and improving overall quality of life. Not only that, regulating DHT through self-care habits also helps you maintain energy, feel healthier, and more confident in daily life. Your body is like a machine, and every act of care, every time you listen to your body and help it self-regulate, is a crucial step in keeping everything running smoothly. Taking care of the prostate and regulating DHT is not complex or difficult. It's simply understanding your body and doing what's necessary to protect long-term health. You'll notice a significant difference when you start maintaining this habit: better health, more stable moods, and a more fulfilling life, even if you're in your 60s or 70s. When we talk about the benefits of ejaculation for prostate health, there's an important factor that few people think about: the body cleansing effect. Imagine your prostate as a machine working tirelessly, producing fluids to nourish and protect sperm. However, when this fluid is not released regularly, it will begin to accumulate in the prostate, creating waste, dead cells, and excess substances the body no longer needs. If these substances aren't released, they can cause blockages, infections, and negatively affect your health. Every time you ejaculate, your body not only performs a simple physiological act, but also undergoes a cleaning process for the prostate. This process is like a power wash, a cleansing, helping remove the waste, dead cells, and small debris that have accumulated over time in the prostate. The contractions during ejaculation not only bring pleasure but also create movement in the prostate muscles, helping release fluids. If you don't maintain this habit, the excess substances in the prostate will become trapped, like debris in a water pipe that hasn't been used in a long time. Over time, they'll cause inflammation, discomfort, and reduce the prostate's function. This not only helps clean the prostate, but also improves overall health. Studies have shown that those who maintain regular ejaculation habits tend to have better prostate health, fewer issues like prostatitis or prostate enlargement. Studies also suggest that maintaining this activity not only reduces inflammation, but also supports blood circulation, improving blood flow to important organs, including the prostate. When blood flows well, cells in the prostate receive the nutrients needed to maintain healthy function. Not only physically, but this also benefits your mental well-being. The relief and relaxation after ejaculation help reduce stress, anxiety, and provide a calming effect for the body and mind. A healthy, clean body without blockages or excess substances in the organs will help you feel more confident, stronger, and maintain a positive energy. Taking care of your body is not something distant or difficult, but rather small, important daily habits. Releasing prostate fluids through ejaculation not only benefits sexual health, but also helps keep the body clean and maintain balance, helping you stay healthy, feel better, and live a fuller life. Frank is one of those patients I will never forget. When he came to see me for the first time, he was 68 years old and seemed worn out, defeated. He told me that his PSA, prostate-specific antigen, levels were rising, causing him to worry about serious issues. His sleep was interrupted, waking up in the middle of the night to urinate, and his confidence seemed to disappear. He no longer felt like himself, and this situation was not only affecting his physical health but also impacting his emotional life, especially with his wife. He said that, amid all this worry, he had also given up all hope for a healthy and happy sex life. He felt like he was past his prime, and it made him feel sad and lonely. However, what impressed me was Frank's decision to make a change. He realized that taking care of his health wasn't just necessary, but also a way for him to regain his confidence and vitality. After learning more about his body and supportive health methods, Frank decided to start a personal health routine, including maintaining regular self-care habits, such as ensuring regular ejaculation, improving his diet, and light exercise. This helped him significantly reduce symptoms related to the prostate and improve his PSA levels. After just 6 weeks, Frank returned to see me with a completely different look. He told me that his health had improved dramatically. He no longer woke up at night to urinate, and his sleep became more continuous and deeper. More importantly, Frank felt that he had regained the confidence he had lost. He felt not only healthier but also happier, more joyful in daily activities and in his relationship with his wife. He told me, his voice choked with emotion, "I feel like I've become myself again, like when I was younger, and I never expected that such a small change could make my body wake up again." Frank's story is not just about physical health, it's also about mental health. When he began to take care of himself, everything in his life seemed to be reborn. It wasn't just about reducing prostate symptoms, but more importantly, he regained his confidence, joy in life, and happiness in his relationship with his wife. I have heard many stories of men feeling like they're at the end of the road as they enter their 60s and 70s, but Frank's story reminds me that it's never too late to start taking care of yourself and change your life in a positive way. In conclusion, regarding prostate health and the importance of self-care, I hope you realize that health is not something you can neglect or think that when you're older, it's just part of life that can't be changed. What's important is not how old you are, but how you face aging and take care of your health. To me, everyone has the right to live healthily, confidently, and happily, even if those years are no longer the same as before. But if you know how to take care of yourself properly, you can still enjoy the years ahead with a healthy body and a joyful spirit. We've learned about the importance of the prostate, how the accumulation of fluid in the prostate can lead to serious issues like infection, blockage, and even prostate enlargement. You now know that each time you ejaculate, it's an opportunity for your body to release excess substances, helping the prostate stay clean and reducing the risk of prostate-related diseases. You also realize that maintaining a self-care routine is necessary, and more importantly, it not only helps you maintain physical health but also improves your quality of life, confidence, and even emotional relationships with your family. I know that many of us, when we reach our later years, may feel tired, anxious, and sometimes lose faith in our bodies. But stories like William's, who has maintained a lifelong self-care habit, or Frank's, who regained health, confidence, and happiness after just a few weeks of proper care, are the clearest proof that it's never too late to start. You can change your life, and it starts with understanding that taking care of health is not just about youth, but for all of us, no matter our age. You've probably heard the message from these stories. Health doesn't come naturally, but is the result of the habits you build and maintain each day. If you take care of your prostate properly, your body will be stronger, and you won't have to deal with unnecessary pain or discomfort. Your confidence will return, and you'll feel like you're living more fully, not because of age, but because you've learned how to protect your health. I hope the information and stories I've shared help you reconsider how you care for your body. And I hope you always remember that there's nothing more important than loving yourself, especially when you've passed through the years of life. Taking care of health is a journey, and every step in that journey matters. Don't let age or changes in your body make you feel like you're past your prime. You absolutely can live healthily, happily, and confidently in the years to come. By learning how to maintain prostate health, release built-up fluids, and adopt a healthy self-care routine, you're not just improving your physical health, but also enhancing your emotional well-being. You can find balance, strength, and vitality even in your later years. Remember, it's never too late to take charge of your health and enjoy life to its fullest. So, take action today. Whether it's maintaining a proper diet, regular physical activity, or simply making self-care a priority, you have the power to make the changes needed for a healthier, happier life. Don't let age define you. Let your healthy habits do that. With the right care, you'll not only reclaim your physical health, but also rediscover the joy, confidence, and energy that you deserve. A healthy prostate, a happy life. It all starts with you taking that first step. The power to change is in your hands.